put in the new plywood. Turned out pretty good. Everything flushed up real nice. Maybe just a little bit here, not 100%, but like definitely 98%. We squared off the edge going down, and now we should be able to kind of just rest the whatever studs that are left on this wall onto the actual piece of wood I got over here. What was I going to do? I was putting this block here so I can pry up the wall. And we need to line up a little bit better. You know, because we're going to unscrew this corner. Like I said, I'm just going to put a block back in place for now. So we can kind of leave this here. Maybe even throw a temporary screw right here. We've got to make room for the next sheet. This project has turned into one of the most interesting projects I've had to do. This is why I reuse screws, right? Now, for something like this, right? What's the point of this? Is all temporary. Temporary, just to kind of keep the wall held up, and sometimes you just pull and tap. I pulled that right to where we need it. Studs a little warped. But at least for now, we can just have this here. Screw for this guy. Just to hold it there until we set everything where we need it for now. It's literally like 3 studs holding this whole wall because all of these are rotten. And now I'll probably put a bigger one in. The only reason why I'm putting that there right now is because I want to kind of lift this corner and reset these screws. And now there's really no weight on it. The screws were almost not holding anything. I can raise this corner so that I can I might just be able to do this with the cat's claw, really. That didn't do nothing. Probably going to be better. Actually, using the big bar. Big bar. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is put a mark here. Just so I can see how much it's raised. I'm going to slide this plate. Yeah, we got it up quite a bit. I at least got a 1/4 inch there. Now I should be able to slide. Should. Will I be able to is the next question. These are studs I made. Oh, still snug. Probably want that to get a little higher. Huh. I don't want to shoot it with nails. Might just have to put a bunch more screws. Screws aren't technically structural, so you need to know that when you're using them, they're not meant to hold weight. Let's just try with this guy. Should be able to get. And I need to be positioned here. Yeah, that's probably going to work a lot better. That should be able to. The other thing I didn't think about, I gotta put more screws in this. Okay. That should work. Definitely crushed that block. Yeah, it looks a lot higher now. Work smarter, not harder. Let's see how this. Ah, beautiful. So I I have to climb over the fence now to get this guy in. May need this bar. Let's bring another piece of wood with us. Let's set it up. Set you guys up here. Of course, that would be really easy. There, that should get a little better angle. You can see right here is where that plate is. We're now bringing that in. Over the fence we go. Right. We can get rid of these kickers. Everything's nicely nailed off now. Oh, there goes that screw. Pull this off. Move that over. And now, what I can do is put one of these blocks here. We gotta raise it a little bit. So I'm going to use my cat's claw and try I should have kept one of those blocks I threw over. Huh. Let's just go from there. It should raise, because we're raising the window plate along with the wall. Really. Just coming through. To this end. If I can get it underneath this stud, maybe I can grab it with the hammer claw. Slide it under. And now it's under, I can go tap it from the other side. Then we should get all the way to the corner, which should work out really nicely. As soon as I got out here, the blizzard started happening. So I'm going to hop over the fence, hit that over until we get to that end, and then screw the plate down and temporarily screw these studs in place. Alright, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. That went right to the corner. That's what we were kind of looking for. Get it right there. Who do we got saying hi? 2447 3rd says hi. Lewis says hi. What are you doing, man? Sliding in this plate, buddy. We're sliding in this plate. And now, in all actuality right now, I can actually undo this corner here. So this corner is kind of holding up the house a little bit. So right now, all the weight's gonna be sitting. I'm just gonna adjust this plate over so it's nice and flush. You know, I'll put one screw in there. And just so you guys know, I'm not using screws as a permanent solution. This is temporary. I'm pulling these screws out because when we get the closet ripped out, we're going to put one long plate all the way across because that's how it should be done. So for now, I can just undo this. And that's good. Now, all the weight sitting on these plates, I could temporarily screw the stud down. Alright, there's one. And you know what, now that that's all that weight's resting, I'm going to just throw one screw to hold this in place. That's it for that. We'll climb back over and temporarily screw the other studs. Oh. You guys are so patient on this camera movement here. Thank you for your patience. So now I'm going to put a screw on that end over there and then screw these studs in place and kind of roll down the insulation so we can keep some heat in the house at this point. The house has been bleeding heat for a while, but it's part of the process, right? So throw a screw here. That lines up with the original wall. Screw there. Good there. Then we'll just put one screw in each stud. Nothing too crazy. Again, it's all temporary. temporarily putting some screws to hold the wall where it needs to be. And then later we gotta actually rip out the whole thing, reframe this whole side. So this is just to kind of get it so we can roll that insulation down. So all this insulation is going to be replaced in the future anyways. But for now, it'll just keep the house somewhat warm. Now that plate's in place, we can go down this side and cap it. So I know one of the viewers was asking, what am I doing? Well, this whole side of the house has gotten some severe rot. Because of that rot, we had to, like this has to be replaced, this, basically all this has to be replaced. There's a lot of replacing that's going to need to happen here. And we're just basically trying to patch things here for now, because we had to remove this whole rim joist. Got cut out and replaced with pressure treated. We sealed any holes with window spray foam on the inside, because underneath this rim board, and you can't really see it, but there's another board that kind of keeps the animals from getting in and the insulation from falling out. So after doing all this replacing, we had to replace this plate, we had to replace this plywood. And the only way to really do this was to actually, instead of using the 1x4 that they had originally, was to cut it higher to the 1.5 inches. That's why everything went in so well. It's because I had already pre-cut all these studs. Now obviously this stud was no good. This stud is 100% not good. Like this electrical box is like barely being held by anything. And I don't think I screwed that one in. But we're able to put this sheet of plywood in now. And now I can take out this section, because we want to do, okay, I did screw it. We want to do like, be able to slide a sheet of plywood, support the wall, then slide a sheet of plywood and support the wall. So right now, if you look, we're going to pull out this temporary plate that I got right in there. And what that's supposed to do was literally holding up this whole side of the house. Because from here to somewhere around here, everything, wait, not even, you guys can't see what I'm showing you. So what I was trying to explain was from this section all the way to like past this plywood, all those studs are rotten anyways. So right now there's only really 2 studs that are actually holding up this wall. But now that we've put that in place, we have just a little bit more. These screws are pretty much done. I'm going to throw that in there to throw to the garbage. But yeah, so everything in this wall is a little bit messed up. So we're going to pull this plywood off temporarily. You might see the Reno cat. I call him Reno cat because he literally fist bumps me when I show up. All the way from here, that rim joist is rot. So I'm going to pull this off. Now you can see inside the house. I feel the heat barreling out actually. But for now I'm going to just temporarily fold down what I can. So we're gonna have disgusting this. So it's not really gonna do anything, but there'll be a little bit less heat exiting the house. So this stud's not really doing anything, and this stud's not really doing anything. It's basically these three studs are what's holding up this section here. And in order to put the next sheet in, I gotta remove this. So what I could do is I could use one of those blocks and kind of do one of these like I did on that corner to hold whatever in place. You know what, I might just do it here, and then I'll take the sledgehammer and I'll smack that out. Yeah, let's do that. That piece of wood split. You know what? I got a 2x4 over here. That'll work better. So we'll put a piece of 2x4 to hold up that stud, and we'll smack this. And that will allow the plywood to basically to run right to the edge, and it'll be flush here, right? So being split in two. Son of a bitch. Put it over here. That screw right here. At least all the screws are in line. It's supposed to be plus 11, but I can tell you, it sure doesn't feel that way. Got all the screws except for this one. Oh, it's not good either. I should almost lift it slightly. I should have done that before I screwed all this together. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to work smarter and not harder. I'm going to put screws in a different spot. This one to here. We're going to lift it and then we're going to screw it. Just to give it that. Just to give it a little more. Not always everything works as planned. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to lift it and then slide the bar to give it the distance I need. Give me just enough to slide that out without all moving the studs. Let's see. Let's see if my theory works. It's easier. And everything's moving perfectly. I definitely need to tap it. Till I get past here, it should all come out. There. So that can just kind of sit there. This plywood will be able to come out where it needs, at least for now. At least for now, this wall is being supported by 2 studs. And this cripple holding it up. Alright, I'm gonna grab the skill saw. I'll be right back because I gotta cut this spot here. I gotta put a little plate here. Let's do something to fill it in. There. Pull some of this down. How do they? that? Weird. This blob fell out of the wall. Not sure what it is. Who knows? And for now, we can temporarily put this sheeting back. And I think where the sheeting is for this side. Just for now. These pieces inside. Is this for this side? I can't remember. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. As long as we cover it slightly. I'll just here. It almost doesn't feel right putting rotten plywood back, but this is just a temporary thing anyways. So after this, we're going to go inside and we're going to make a new vent takeoff. good for now. That's good for now. Let's head on and hang in there, buddy. You're getting the job done. God bless you. Well, it's the best we can do right now. Now I gotta go inside and get things. See, there's lots more to do. We gotta fix all this to about here, right around here somewhere. But that's probably for tomorrow. That's for tomorrow. I had to use my nose to turn the camera around. So it's been an interesting go here. Lots of stuff's been going on. Now we're going to the inside, where everything started. So much fun. I'm doing a lot of work here. Alright, let's show you what the remodeled side looks like. So this is the side that we've been working on. Let me take my glove off so I can switch the camera. Boom. So that's what we just patched. And we've removed that plate that was there. So now this sheet of plywood could slide to the front of that wall. We have put this sheet in and this sheet in. That was the other side of the wall that you guys were watching me work on. And we added a new vent. So there used to be a vent running right here, straight up, kind of like the rest of these vents here, right? But all these vents are right in the doorway. There's a door here. There's another vent where the end of the stand is, right in the doorway. It's actually kind of silly that it's in the doorway. So I moved this vent to go back. We're going to cut that out. And I put another one here, and then that one runs right to that window. So we can end up with two in this large space. So that's what we're going to work on next. After we run this poly, we're going to run this poly up this back of the wall. We've already insulated it. And then this other piece of poly goes over top of that one, so that we can put this spray foam that we have in the floor. Look at this. So that's what we've done. We've added this extra insulation, and that was another reason why we put the poly. So this way the house can stay nice and warm. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the saw, and we're going to cut on these floors, there's usually tongue and groove, right? So they gotta lock into each other. Well, there's the tongue, and we're gonna cut that off on this sheet so that this sheet can go flush to the wall. So I'm just gonna set up the camera and you guys can watch that process. We're getting closer and closer to closing this floor. But here are the challenges, or what we have to deal with when working. Let me set this into the tripod. And now you guys can witness the craziness. But it's not that cold in here, that's for sure. And I don't know if I'll do it in the same video. Depends on how many people are watching. I might do another live. But for now, we've got a decent audience. We will be putting another vent here. And then this I have to turn into what is called a top takeoff. So this is a top takeoff. But this doesn't move enough air. So I'm going to turn this one, which is basically another 4 inches, in order to make my own top takeoff to move more air into this room. So that's where we're at now. We already got another vat of insulation mixed up. Now I just gotta take off my glove. Let's move this sheet in. And then we can get that cut and out of the way. But as we're getting more and more room to work, the job is going to go faster because we have less stuff to move constantly. So right now, I'm just going to set this sheet up right here somewhere. Pull this sheet back, cut the lip off. There's just so much stuff to move all the time. I'll just lay this down. These were garbage. I already got it set up from the last sheet. So I might just make it cut just a little bit more. Gotta love these flex saws. Like, man, everything is beautiful. Now, the shitty thing is, I have to put that under the wall, which is gonna suck. Let's move it out a little. Alright, now that tongue, is cut off, it should make, that's literally all I get to cut off because I was going to stick out past the wall. So I just cut that off. And I went a little bit more, like 1/8 of an inch more. So if I have to adjust the sheet, I can. Need to where's that? Oh, there's a broom here. Perfect. I should be able to slide. Feeling like the sheet could move down a little bit. Looks pretty good. One of the reasons I'm doing this is because I have to kind of line up the sheets for this next row. I gotta cut that stack pipe through the sheet and some plumbing that we're gonna run up that back side of that wall. So for now, I'll move these guys out of here. Lift this piece. And we can run this one. And then I can drill those holes. At least it's just going in temporarily so that I can cut these holes for the plumbing. So now that this first sheet is glued down, back here. Looks like one of the pieces on this bevel is broke, so I'm just gonna raise this sheet. I need a 2x4 to smack this thing in. Or 2x6. That'll work. Tongue is fucked up here. So look at the, this is how we're just gonna make sure that the sheets in place. We'll make a couple marks. Take this corner tight. There. A little more. I have no screws. Temporarily, I could use a nail just to hold it. Hold this corner. This way the sheet doesn't move while I do this. Don't trip over it. Everything's lining up very nicely, actually. It turned out a lot better than, especially since this sheet isn't glued down. It turned out pretty good so far. So drill out this hole. Don't trip over that nail. Let's go.
Exactly, and I got a 92. How did that happen?
Smart.
Okay. This is the one I got with Jade, and she got fixed, so I changed it.
Right now, we can drill. You know what? I might actually have screws here that I forgot about. I do have screws. I could just screw the sheet down temporarily because somebody's gonna hurt themselves on those nails. Where did I put the drill? Oh, it's right there. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Don't need that many. I just need enough. Amazing how they don't strip when you're using screws that aren't completely wrecked. That. I'll put one here too. There. Then I can pull those nails. I like old school nails, just so much stronger. That one can go in the garbage. Alright, now time to figure out how this plumbing's gonna go. And what size bit we're gonna need. I think it's gonna be this white one. Yeah, that's good enough. Hmm. That one doesn't. Oh, why hello, Reno cat. This is not supposed to screw into this. challenge. That's a pretty huge hole. Let's try to keep it as tight as possible. Maybe if I go slow. Maybe if I go slow. There's 9 and 8. 9 and 8. Pipe is 3.5. From here. 1 and 8. And from there, 3.5. Well, it's super tight, so we got 3.5. We need 3/4. This should be the center. Oh, it just barely fits too. So we're just gonna go super slow with this. And hopefully. Perfect. I hope it didn't wreck the threads. Probably don't touch the hot metal that just cut through the wood. Silly. Anyways. squeeze thread back onto the other stuff. Okay. I guess I'm gonna have to get rid of that. That's really not made. Alright, so we got that hole cut. It's good. I should be able to actually fit the connection to it. We'll have to run a level down this wall and get a rough measurement. And then I gotta run the plumbing up the wall. And then at least that way we could run the plumbing up the side somewhere there. And then we have a rough idea, because we're going to build this whole wall going across again once the floor's put back in. Probably build it at a 2x6. Surprisingly, this studs actually straight. I'm very surprised. that's roughly where the wall is going. Obviously gonna have to measure back 1.5 inches. And where's this sitting? Alright, so this mark, then I gotta remove drywall, which is there. Hey.
I'm here to help you.
Oh yeah? Yeah.
Hi.
I need to measure it.
Over here? Or
Yeah,
that?
this.
Oh, yeah, I can flip this. I can measure it.
You know how to use measuring tape?
I
Well, then why don't you just measure from here to here? So you have to hook.
So, oh yeah. Thanks. Okay, so is here to here to
And then lift the tape up so that it's flat. I can tell. Lift it up more. Okay, pull it out. 3 3/4. Measure it again. Want to make sure. Pull the tape back away. And let it hook onto the stud. Here. Hold your finger. Okay, pull it back. Pull it out straight, because you can't bend the tape or we won't get the right measurement. Yeah, hold it like that. Pull the tape out more. Like pull it back towards you. Yeah, like that. Now lift it up. Right there, down. Up a little, right there. So it's 3 7/8. Okay. Let me see that. So that wall is 3 7/8. That was to the 2x4. 3 7/8. And I want to center the new wall. In a little.
I'm traveling to Asia. You know when you have a bump on your lip,
On whose lip?
like right here?
Okay.
I have a bump there and it really hurts.
Why is it? You eat too much candy, maybe.
That means I eat too much candy?
There's probably a very, very strong chance of that.
No.
Because when you have too much acid, 3 7/8. The wall's probably not that straight. Alright, well. I know that this is
Are you gonna put any insulation down?
later. This is the original wall.
Could I
What?
can I get all the mold off of the wall?
All the what?
The mold.
No.
Why?
Just leave it. Just because I don't want to be breathing it myself.
No.
You like breathing it, I don't.
I don't.
So we need 3 7/8. What are you doing?
Just taking it slow.
Didn't I just tell you not to?
Oh, sorry.
3 7, I gotta move it over slightly. So what I'll do is the next wall, we'll just build it at 2x6. And right at the five and a half here. And that'll work. Really, 3 and a half.
Could I use the hammer?
Sure.
Thanks. I'm gonna chip some stuff. So like chipping is like this. I'm in it. Yeah.
figuring out. I'm gonna put the new wall. So that's gonna be the new wall mark. Drywall will cover that. And from there, 3.5. And then I could do 1-inch strips. That would work. Okay. That's going to be the new mark. And it's 7. can't see what you're.
This.
No.
Can I use it?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Sure. Perfect.
Hey-ya. Hey-ya. Hey-ya.
Alright. Two by four. And then we strap this side with inch pieces. Alright. That works out.
Oh, no.
Alright, so just planning the show you what I was doing. It's hard to tell. Because we're planning where the wall is going to go. So we got the new wall going from this line to this line, straight through. And that way we could run the plumbing, because now I got to run, I don't know if you could see, right where those two pipes are, they got to run under this wall and come up. From that, I got to run a hot and a cold. Hot and a cold. So, that's why we laid this sheet down, so that I could run the plumbing through, make all the cuts that I need, and that way when I lift the sheet off, I can already have it planned out exactly how I want it, and then I just throw the sheet back over, let the extended pipes come through, and we're good. So I figured I'd make that video to show you what we're doing. Next, we're going to be putting this poly up the wall and then cutting out that top vent. So I'm going to end this live. I'm going to start another one in a few minutes. Just going to situate things a little bit better, and then we're going to go from there. Thank you for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, and sharing. And until next time, stay authentic, ladies and gentlemen.